Well, the boys showed up, or did they? The Astros do not get a job done tonight and defeat an inferior opponent. They broke a record tonight. Something's been done that's never been done before. We'll talk about it on today's Locked On Astros.
Alvarez hits a high drive center field. Veer leans back. This game is turned upside down. There's the runner. Fly ball down the right field line. Tucker comes on. Kyle Tucker. This time they finish the job.
Hello and welcome to Locked On Astros, your daily Astros podcast. Here are your hosts, Eric the Man Huysman and Brett H-Town Wheelhouse Chancey.
I feel like tonight I need to take a step back and relax a little because I know y'all are upset. Why wasn't Yiner in the lineup tonight? What happened to this offense? Well, if we take a more calm approach and we don't freak out because we're still a couple games up in the AL West, I just want you to know that Locked On Astros is here to soothe all your pains, to make this a worry-free podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Hey guys, it's H-Town Wheelhouse here with Locked On Astro. I had to start off on a calm note because, quite simply, I know that you guys and gals are really, really frustrated. This was a game that could have gone our way, or could it? So, hey, I'm H-Town Wheelhouse here with Locked On Astros. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. You can find me at Stros411 on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Always positive, always Stros. You can find the show at Locked On Astros, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Free and easy to listen to on any podcast medium. Just make sure you use a hashtag every day or anytime you tag us and make us your team every single day. Hey, we reached 9,000 subscribers, and I want to thank y'all for that. So, wow, what a game. Eric is not with me tonight. He'll be back tomorrow night. I was at the game. I was kind of hoping to see some Fram magic, and it looked like it was going to go that way, even after the solo shot by Rooker. But the bats just were absolutely silenced, okay? Look, here's the deal. One hit in the first inning, and they didn't get a hit until, the seventh or eighth inning? I mean, this is a disappointing loss, and I'm just going to go right into it. We're not gonna mince meat here. The Astros after today cannot win 100 games this year. I don't think anyone expected them to at this point. But the A's postponed their 100th loss of the season tonight. They sit at 99 losses. 3 A's pitchers did 3 hit one of the best offenses in baseball. They blanked the Houston Astros. Now listen to this. The Astros being blanked 4-0. It's the first time in Major League Baseball history that a team of 50-plus games under 500 shut out a defending World Series champion on the road. Yes, that's right, folks. The inconsistency of the performance of the team at home, in your home ballpark, where fans come to pay a premium to watch a premium ball club perform at a Royals-esque level or an Oakland A's level. The first 12 of the first 13 hardest hit balls were all Oakland A's. The only other person that had a hard hit ball for the Astros in that top 13, your boy Martin Maldonado, 98.4 miles an hour off the bat. Hit the ball dead center. Now, if he would have squared that up and pulled that would have gone over the train tracks. It would have been a home run. But Brent Rooker, Kevin Smith, Shea Langoliers, Ryan Noda, Nick Allen, 101 to 108. Now, I will say this. Jordan Alvarez did line out at the end of the game, 114.6 miles an hour off the bat. Rooker almost misplayed it, I believe. I was listening to it on the way home to get home to record the show. But that was a hard hit ball. Jeff Bagwell was doing the broadcast with Ford today, and he said, look, if that ball's hit anywhere else in the park, you're scoring a couple runs. And so, unfortunately, he just couldn't get the job done. A frustrating loss because you don't have an opportunity to, well, you weren't going to gain ground on the Rangers, who are currently in third place, but you could, depending on what the Mariners and the Angels do. Right now, they're tied at 3 apiece in the middle of the 7th. You could have gained some ground on them. So right now, Seattle and Texas are both 2.5 games back of the Houston Astros. If the Mariners lose, they will be 3 games back, and the Rangers will move into second place. This is a topsy-turvy American League West race. It is unbelievable. All the just what can happen. What can happen? Yes. Miss Garcia says it's frustrating. It is. It is frustrating. And sorry, guys, we are not talking about the football game tonight. We are here talking about the Houston Astros. It's frustrating. I don't get it. World Purple and Gold says baseball is going to baseball. We'll beat them the next games. And a friend of mine I was at the game with, Jason, said, they'll drop this one and then they'll win the next 2. I really hope, with a modified death lineup too. Look, I don't know that Yainer Diaz makes a difference in this game, but in a game where you're scrapping to score runs, you would think that maybe you would put Yainer Diaz in there at least in Martin's last at bat. I suggested he go in the 6th inning, and people flipped out. Why would you have Framber not be caught by malady? I'm like, it's the end of the game. I mean, it's like 2 at bats you're giving Diaz. You rest Maldi. If he's that valuable to the veteran pitchers, rest him and give Yainer Diaz the catching position. I'm gonna get to the Yainer Diaz thing later, but Framber Valdez had 10 Ks today. When you have 10 strikeouts in a Major League Baseball game, you're supposed to win those games. 7 innings, 3 runs tonight. His ERA is at 3.32. I mean, you strike out 10 batters and your offense doesn't hit the ball. The bottom line is this offense decides, I guess, when it does want to hit and when it doesn't. Alex Bregman didn't have great at bats. He had some nice foul balls. Altuve had some nice foul balls. Jose Abreu even had some really good foul balls. They just could not put the ball between the foul lines. The balls that had home run distance or home run capabilities, they were straightened out. They just would not go in between the white lines to score runs. Is who mentally unstable? I don't know. I wouldn't say any of these guys are mentally unstable because they just got through scoring a ton of runs against the San Diego Padres. I mean, let's look back at this, okay? And they scored 12 runs on Sunday. They scored 7 runs on Saturday. They did only score 2 runs on Friday. Let's hope that they do what they did against the Padres, where they, they got blanked today, but hopefully they break out the bats and they show up. But in the last 2 games before this, they had scored 19 runs in 2 games against the Padres. And the Padres are better than the Oakland A's. I don't understand what it is about bad teams, but we're playing bad teams at the end of the season. And we need to play up to the competition. Alex Bregman said it. We can't play down to the competition. These games are important. And they didn't. Alex Bregman's talked about execution. They didn't execute anything. The only thing they executed were their at-bats. They executed them into oblivion. It was frustrating to watch. It was so bad that I didn't even realize they weren't even getting hits. Like, they were popping up so much, it was just like, it's just a part of the game. I had to get up and get some ice cream or something. It was one of those games. Thank you, Jay, for the tickets. I appreciate it. Great seats. I appreciate the tickets, but man, I really wish they could have produced some runs, even if they would have made it competitive in the 9th, even if they get up there and they put up a 3 spot and make it 4-3, at least it's competitive. And so they are 82-63 on the year. The Astros only had 3 singles today, but the lead now is, well, actually, I hear the lead's 2 games. I thought it was 2.5 games. Maybe these apps aren't. I can't stay when these apps don't update in real time. We need to work on that. Some intern for MLB.com or whatever needs to be fired because they don't update these things very enough. They might be getting home run happy. You know what? There's something to be said about that. They are popping the ball up all freaking day. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're trying to do. I don't know what their MO is. I don't know what they're seeing. But it seemed like they were barreling the ball really good just yesterday. AJ said the bats took a night off. That's correct. Look, I met several fans tonight. Thank y'all. Listen, if you ever see me in public or I'm at a game, hit me up on social media. I would be glad to say hi. I met Ben tonight. I met a guy, Big G is what I called him. He's not on social media, but took a picture with him. Good guy. Again, I enjoyed meeting everybody that was at the Yiner Diaz hangout. And so thank y'all so much. Anytime you and I are in the same vicinity, please look me up because I love talking to our fans. Because look, you guys and girls make it happen. And one thing we don't do is we don't, if that's not it, we don't sleep on you guys. You guys don't sleep on us. We are here through thick and thin. So I want to talk to you about Sleeper. Get up to $100 match on your first deposit on your mobile device. The MLB playoffs are around the corner, and that is the subject at hand, which means the clock is ticking to get your chance of 100 times your cash on daily fantasy baseball. It's never been more exciting than it is now with studs like Yordan Alvarez. Yes, I know he didn't hit tonight, but we know what he's capable of. With guys out there hitting the cover off the ball, Ronald Acuna Jr., Mookie Betts, and so many more. Pick more or less on stats of these types from these stars: home runs, hits, strikeouts, and more for up to 100 times payout on Sleeper. Get your picks right, and you could win big. Now, I play with my friends. I have group chats, and we talk smack, and I'm going to look, I got this props bet, I'm going to take you down. And we know, and we talk about what players are going to be good, what guys are going to be effective. And all these entries can be made in under a minute, and you can change them throughout the game. Like you can bet on different things throughout the game. So use a promo code Locked On, and you'll get a $100 match on your first deposit. Terms and conditions apply. So Sleeper is the way to go. And also remember that if you are going to listen to the game, you need to listen to the Astros play the Oakland A's Monday at 7:10 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm sorry, Tuesday at 7:10 p.m. Central Standard Time. Catch every pitch of the Astros hometown broadcast with SiriusXM on the SXM app. Search Astros. Now, look, before we go on, I've been wanting to say this, and I meant to get something out earlier, and I wasn't too thrilled with the way it was worded, but I do want to say this because today is September 11th, and at Locked On Astros, we are so thankful for this country. We are so thankful for the sacrifices that people make, whether you're a first responder, whether you serve in the military, any kind of civil servant, any kind of first responder. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We know that some of y'all in our listening audience, even 22 years later, were personally affected by 9/11. And if you were, our hearts go out to you. People from 90 different countries passed away on that day. It was the greatest tragedy in American history. And so we salute the first responders. Our hearts still go out to the families who are still affected to this day. 9/11 was a day that changed life for everybody. I was on the brink of becoming a new father and had no idea what kind of world my child was going to grow up in. Now she's nearly 22. And not a day goes by that I don't forget what happened on that day, but what kind of unity I saw. And this is all I'm going to ask. Find someone who needs help. Be a friend. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And remember, it shouldn't take a tragedy to bring us together. We have more in common than we don't have in common. We need to not let our differences divide us. No matter what's going on in this country, we've got each other's backs. Locked On Astros got our back, and we want you to know that we will never forget. Thank you. Sorry, I had to say that. I just really, really wanted to get that out there because it means a lot to me. And I absolutely love this country. I think it's the greatest country on the planet. So let's get back to this. Framber's 10Ks erased by a lack of offense, playing down to the competition, doing exactly what they said they weren't going to do. The only thing you can do in this moment is fix it. The only thing you can do, like you can't fix this. 114.1 miles an off 114.1 miles an hour off the bat at 331 feet, 14-degree launch angle. That was the out that Yordan Alvarez hit to Seth Brown. It was an absolute smokestack, 97-mile-an-hour four-seam, parked into the outfield, right into the glove of another player. And look, we do probably have a home losing record. I'm going to have to look that up, what our record is right now. I know we said it last night, but I want to get the up-to-the-date press box stats for you guys. But yeah, we got to fix this home record. It's going to bite us in the rear end. Eric was right last night. I was like, oh, come on, Eric. I was trying to be always positive, always Astros, but he was correct. Like, when you're in the playoffs, you can't lose games like this. Y'all remember 2019, the World Series? We were getting drove. We went to Washington and freaking wiped the floor. I was like, oh, we're going to win this back at home. And then we couldn't win a game at home. So our home record right now is, well, it says our home record is 37-35. Okay. So we're 37-36. So we do have a winning record at home, but by one game. That's not acceptable. And that's not baseball. Can I quit? Keep your composure, Brett. Can we quit saying it's baseball? How is it baseball? You've got home field advantage. The entire ballpark is dressed in banners, in championships, in heritage, in Biggio and Bagwell, and you can't score a freaking run against the Oakland Athletics? I'm not going to blame Dusty, okay? Dusty can't take an at bat, okay? We need to get off that real quick, okay? Yeah, someone said get crazy, Brett. No, I don't want to get crazy. I really don't want to get crazy. But I would say it's just baseball if our home record was like, maybe we had like 52 wins at home, okay? But no, this is a mental block. This is a come to the ballpark and the mindset's different. Like, you go and score all these runs in those two games, and then you come against the Oakland A's and they have a freaking bullpen game. They throw a rookie for 2 innings, and then Waldichuck comes out looking like a freaking Cy Young winner. I know it's a pattern. I know it's a pattern. I'm really not trying to be angry. I'm trying to keep my composure here because I'm solo. I don't have Eric to level me out. It is a pattern. It's a pattern that I don't like to see. Yeah, look, I can't imagine facing 100-mile-an-hour pitching. Matt McNeil says first pitcher throwing 100 threw them off like Joyce earlier in the year. I get that. He said Walden Books is a bum. He called Waldichuck Walden Books. I love it. Someone said, let it go, Brett. Let it go. I love it. Hey, oh, okay. Be angry. It's ridiculous. Mindset, habits become patterns. Thank you, Amanda, the psychologist. Amanda, clinical psychologist for Locked On Astros, has a word with you, Houston Astros. I'm sitting here desperately looking for Dusty comments. I am not finding any. Maybe he did he talk to the media? Was anybody watching the post game afterwards? Did you see the post game wrap with Dusty? Because I haven't seen or heard anything. I really wish I could bring y'all something. Walden Books. That's great, dude. I love it. I love you guys. Y'all are the best. Hey, I met a guy named Ben tonight. He owns an insurance company, and he says he picked up on us this year. And he said, look, through the highs and the lows, you guys are there for us. So I appreciate you guys following us no matter what. We're here for you guys. But yeah, there's just not a whole lot. Jesus. Did Dusty serve as banana pudding? Did he maybe withhold? You know what, Dusty? You know what you should do? You should say, guys, you should call them all right now. Send a group text. Banana pudding is out. We're not serving banana pudding anymore. No more pudding. Until you guys win. I had a guy that I worked for one time. I won't say his name. He was young. He was right out of college. What was funny was I was working at a food processing plant for a couple of years, and I actually had a college degree. And he was talking down to the workers because I guess nobody had a college degree but me. And he was like, "You guys have never been to college." And he was saying all stuff. And then he goes, "The flogging doesn't stop until morale picks up." And I'm like, "What?" So I went into his office and I said, were you trying to motivate these guys? He goes, "Well, none of you guys are educated." I go, "Well, hold on, dude. I got a college degree." He's like, "You do?" I was like, "Yeah, you got to read the room, bro." And so I don't know that Dusty goes in there and like says that, but there's got to be something, not a team meeting, but like do what I suggested early in the year. Just take a bat to a Gatorade canister in the locker room, like Brad Pitt. You know, if they're in there singing Backstreet Boys and having fun and dancing, like, does losing sound fun? I don't know. They've got to figure it out by the playoff time. They got to figure it out. And look, I want to tell y'all about game time because maybe what they're missing is you at the game. Maybe what they need is some extra luck and some listeners to show up. So why don't you go to Game Time, download the app today? Our friend Ben did. He used a promo code Locked On MLB, saved $20 off his first purchase. He brought him and 8 other family members. That's right. They made a family outing of it. Planning months in advance is done with. You don't have to do that. They have deals and tickets right up to the day of the event. I've done it myself. Literally walking up to the stadium, bought the ticket, great prices, but not just baseball, football, basketball, concerts, comedy, theater, and more. The Game Time Guarantee means you always get the best price. If you find tickets in the same section or row for less, Game Time will credit you $110 difference. Get tickets, get images of your seats before you buy, so you know exactly what to expect when you arrive. Buy tickets in a matter of seconds, 2 taps and you're set. Tickets are sent directly to your phone, so you never have to dig through your email. Again, go to Game Time. Use a promo code Locked On for $20 off your first purchase. That's right. Last minute tickets, lowest prices, guaranteed. That's Game Time. And make sure that you are watching. If you're not watching the game, make sure you're listening to the Houston Astros play the Oakland A's Tuesday night, 7:10 p.m. Central Standard Time. Every pitch of the Astros hometown broadcast with SiriusXM on the SXM app. Search Astros. And we'll get to our other sponsor here in a bit. And I'll tell y'all about Hooters before we go, because why Hooters always makes you happy. We'll talk about that in a second. Maybe get us all in a good mood thinking about wings and brews and hanging out with our buds. Maybe the team needs an exorcism. Well, I don't know if I'd go that far. We don't need an exorcism. Maybe they need some kind of ceremony in the outfield. Remember when they did like a funeral to Beltran's glove? Maybe they need to burn some bats. They need to get some kind of Jobu figure. Hey, Eric, I don't know if you're listening, bud. Maybe they need the rally hippo. Maybe the rally hippo needs to make an appearance. If someone wants to grab the rally hippo from Eric's house and like just chunk it into the dugout, kind of like a grenade, chunk it in the dugout, and what's this? It's a rally hippo. Take it. Maybe the rally hippo will lead us to a victory. But I honestly think, guys, that to be very, very honest, I don't see them getting swept in this series. I see the Astros very much being able to take care of business and going out there the next day, and you have Justin Verlander versus Sears, okay? This is a matchup, and I thought last night was going to be a win, so I will say that. No, not the hippo. Ed Salad says, not the hippo. Hey, the rally hippo actually, to Eric's credit, it actually worked. They started scoring runs once the rally hippo came out, so it's hard to deny the truth. Justin Verlander's 11-7, 3.23 ERA, to 119 strikeouts. Sears is a left-handed pitcher. He's 4-11 with a 4.51 ERA. He does have 141 strikeouts, but Abreu, Bregman, McCormick, Pena, and Tucker have all had success against him. Maldonado's 0 against him. Dubon's 0. Alvarez is 0. I'm not saying Alvarez should not hit. Diaz has not hit him. You know tomorrow night that more than likely Martin Maldonado is going to be catching Justin Verlander. Mauricio Dubon will more than likely be in center field. which means who's going to be DH? Are they going to put Brantley in left field and DH Yordan Alvarez? Is Yordan Alvarez going to sit and they're going to put Diaz in DH? I don't know what's going to happen, but it won't be the death lineup tomorrow. I just don't see that happening. But before we get going, look, if you can't get to the game, if you can't watch the game, if you can't listen to the game, I want you to watch the game. I need you to go to Hooters. That's right, because Hooters makes you happy. Hooters is a great place. They have weekly specials all the time. You need to go check out NASA on Thursday nights. They have karaoke after Thursday night football every Thursday night, and that means they have happy hour till close. You have to check that out. $3 Blue Moon drafts all the time. $9.99 Michelob Ultra pitchers, no matter the occasion. I know football has started, but you can have fantasy football parties. You can have watch parties. You can just tell them, hey, man, I want to bring some of my friends. We're going to watch UT. We're going to watch A&M, whoever your school is, the University of Houston, Rice. Look, Rice upset the Cougars. I was shocked. But if you're listening to this on Tuesday, they have $9.99 burgers and fries. And I'm telling you, the burgers and fries are really good. If you go Wednesday, buy one, get one boneless wings. Actually, it's buy one, get one wings. I went and I got smoked wings. They were bone-in wings. They were phenomenal. So go check them out. They've got TVs everywhere. And it's not just baseball games. It's football. It is college football. It is UFC, whatever they have going on. Just make sure that when you go there, you tell them that the guys at Locked On Astros sent you, and you'll get a free basket of fried pickles. Why? Because Hooters makes you happy. All right. So what are y'all thinking? If Seattle loses and the Rangers go back into second place, what are the chances you think of the Houston Astros still being in first place at the end of this series? Look, if the Astros can take 2 of 3, they will stay in front of the Rangers and the Mariners. They just need to stay in front. They just don't need to get themselves in a spot where they are trying to compete with maybe the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays, it was a good thing, I guess, that the Blue Jays did lose. So if they're getting closer, I still don't think the Rangers are a threat to the Astros. But if I'm looking at the wild card situation right now, I need the Astros to stay where they are. Texas and Seattle are tied for the last wild card spot. Actually, Toronto's up a half game. Oh, they're still up a half game. Okay. Because Texas has won 3 in a row. Seattle's lost 3. So Seattle and Texas are tied with 79 and 64. And so it looks like the Astros just need to keep pace. So yes, they're still tied 3-3 in the 8th inning. So where do we go from here? The bats have to get more consistent. Framber Valdez did a good job tonight. He should have had the bat. The offense should have had his back. They didn't. They didn't have his back at all. It was an abysmal offensive showing. They absolutely failed to execute. That was really cool tonight. They did some honoring of the of 9/11. They had the Houston Fire Color Guard tonight, so that was really cool. And first responders were out on the field and recognized tonight. Space City Monday night. Look, I'm trying to find things to talk about. Kind of cool, but I'm wondering if they're going to do that again next year. This team's better than they showed tonight. This team has more talent, but what they do against lesser competition is very, very frustrating. They were 9-1 against the Oakland A's this season going into tonight, and they were 15-12 going into this matchup tonight in their last 17 matchups. So it was very unlikely tonight that the Oakland A's were going to win this game. They just went out and executed. Oakland's like, I don't want to be a 100-game loser, and they, I guess, are not, because we've got to get them to 101 losses. We've got to make sure we lock things down in the batter's box, score runs, and go from there. Amanda says, Framber gets his peanuts, no one else does, nor Nana pudding. That's right. No Nana pudding for y'all. Put up the pudding, put it back in the fridge, put the cellophane over it. You ain't getting any tomorrow, boys. Like, you're getting water, and you might be getting bread, maybe peanut butter sandwiches. That's it. That's all you're getting from Dusty. He's not making y'all any banana pudding. Dubon wasn't even an option till Verlander came back. Yeah, that's just one of those things where if Dubon's in the game and he hits, that's fine with me. I don't mind. If Maldonado's in the lineup and he hits, I don't mind. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to close on this. Maldonado He is so slow getting the ball out of his glove and throwing to second base. I don't know why teams don't do more of what the Padres did to him, where they stole like 5 bases in one game. Maldonado is so susceptible to the steal. He just doesn't have, man, he gets up and he tries and he puts so much effort into it. He just does not have that right now. But I can tell you this, believe it or not, Maldonado and Yainer Diaz have a really good relationship. And so don't doubt that. There's no faction between Maldi and Yainer Diaz in the clubhouse. They're one team. This team is together no matter what's going on. Hey, guys, thank y'all so much for hanging out. And make sure that when y'all tune into the Astros, listen to every pitch of the hometown broadcast, A's versus the Astros, Tuesday night, 7:10 p.m. on the Sirius XM, on the SXM app. Search Astros. And thank y'all for hanging out. This has been a tough night to talk Astros baseball. You guys are going to build up 121 followers, listeners. Make sure you like us. Make sure that you go and subscribe to our channel. Look, help us catch and get back on top of the Mariners. I'm talking about podcast subscriptions. We have fallen behind them, and I am not happy about that. Let's fix it. Tell your friends about it. Let's get over them. Let's get to 10,000 before they do. Giving away Morgan Innsburg baseball. I'm giving away bobbleheads. I'm giving away rings. It's going to be fun. I have about 6-7 giveaways. So y'all make sure you tune in to us. Make us your first listen. And as always, go Astros. Go subscribe.